Hello everyone, this is Showtime 112. The year is 1981 and we're joining the Israeli Double Tail Squadron. This was the first squadron to operate F-15 Eagle in Israeli service. The type was introduced in late 1976 and it represented a major leap forward in technological capability for Israel. This was very important because in the north the tensions with Syria was still just as high as ever. Civil war was raging in Lebanon and both nations were deeply involved, so there was really no way of knowing if and when another major conflict with Syria might simply erupt. Syrians, on the other hand, also introduced a new fighter type, which was Soviet MiG-23, but very soon it became obvious that it was no match for the Eagle. There was, however, another chance for Syrians to even the odds, and that was the Soviet high-performance interceptor MiG-25. This plane was developed in 1960s mostly to counter American supersonic bombers. It had amazing speed and operational ceiling, Mach 2.8 and more than 70,000 feet. And this actually led to Western intelligence overestimating the type quite significantly. They failed to recognize that in order to achieve these figures, the designers had to sacrifice pretty much everything. And the type had extremely poor maneuverability. It couldn't pull more than 4.5 G, for instance. And this perception of MiG-25 in the West actually significantly impacted the design of new American fighters, fourth-generation fighters, F-14 and F-15, which ended up being perhaps a bit of an overkill. As for Syria, it became the first export customer of MiG-25, acquiring the type in late 1979 and achieving operative capability in late 1980. Now, in February 1981, the Syrians attempted to use their MiG-25s to intercept an Israeli F-4 RF-4 Phantom on reconnaissance mission over Lebanon. Israelis were frequently using their RF-4 Phantoms to gather intelligence over Lebanon, and Syrians frequently attempted to intercept them, but with their MiG-21s and MiG-23s they never succeeded in doing so. Now MiG-25 seemed like a good chance to finally achieve some success. Reconnaissance Phantoms were always protected by combat air patrol fighters in the vicinity, ready to intervene if anything went wrong. And today we'll be flying one of such combat air patrols. This flight was originally led by commanding officer of the Double Tail Squadron, Benny Zinker, and will take up a station over the Sea of Galilee. There appears to be something on our radar. Okay, we managed to achieve a lock. And we will now fly an intercept course. approaching maximum launch range. Standard tactics was to launch 2 Sparrow missiles in such cases. Fox 1. And another Fox 1. And his Inker decided to launch the 3rd Sparrow as well, hoping to make sure to achieve the interception. That's a hit. This was a definite shoot down. Wingman decided to run away and return to his airbase. Now Benny's Inker could not originally identify the fighter type that was shot down. Only about 2 weeks later, Israelis able to confirm that this was in fact a MiG-25 Foxbat. And this was no epic dogfight or anything like that. This was simply a classic BVR intercept with Sparrow missiles. Basically one of the main jobs that F-15 was designed to do. Intercept and shoot down MiG-25. We have practically reached Syrian airspace, so we turn back and we are now heading towards Israel. And we are back at Tilnoff Air Base after the first ever successful shoot down of a MiG-25. This was not the last Israeli kill of MiG-25. This was also not the last kill for the pilot Benny Zinker, but these are other stories. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to press the like button. This is very important for the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. And keep watching Showtime 112.